I just want to say that Marina Mabre is a bum, and I own her. She shoved me like that was going to change the score. She was out there putting up Angel Reese stats with her 6 points and 8 rebounds. She needs to relax. They tried to gang up on me with 3 players because I cooked their whole squad, and I had to let their bench know after I hit that 3-pointer to shut their asses up.
My name is Sophie Cunningham, and I won't allow anyone to harm Caitlin Clark. During that game, J.C. Sheldon deliberately poked Caitlin in the eye, and then Marina Mabrey pushed her down, yet the referees did nothing. I simply couldn't bear it. Seeing my teammate treated this way, I knew I had to step up and do something for her.
What just happened in the WNBA isn't just a suspension, it's a full-blown meltdown. When the league ejected Sophie Cunningham, the message was clear: protect Caitlin Clark, and you'll pay the price. But Clark didn't stay silent. She exploded, not just in anger, but in absolute disbelief. This wasn't just about a foul, a scuffle, or even a heated rivalry.
Players are faster, they're better, they're bigger, they're stronger. They're as good as they've ever been, they're as athletic as they've ever been. The game is fast now. Things are happening quickly. Everybody's getting better, except the officials. So we got to find a way to remedy it. I mean, you've heard every coach talk about it, so I don't know what the answer is.
This was the WNBA tipping over the edge, weaponizing discipline against the only teammate brave enough to stand in the line of fire for their biggest star. It all started with a brutal flagrant foul in the final moments of a stormy game. J.C. Sheldon jabbed a dangerous eye poke straight at Clark, and the refs just let it go. No tech. No warning. Nothing. But Sophie Cunningham wasn't having it.
What did you make of Sophie Cunningham's flagrant foul on JC towards the end?
It was a flagrant foul.
You think it's like defending Caitlin or defending the team, or how do you view just how it all?
I view it as a flagrant foul.
That's about the game too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys came for basketball.
Yeah,
Let's talk about basketball.
Yeah.
Come on now.
She saw what was coming, again, and she stepped up. She charged in, putting her body between Clark and the chaos. And just like that, she was gone. Ejected. Tossed from the game like a villain. All for doing what the referees have refused to do all season: protect Caitlin Clark. And that's where this story turns dark.
As Caitlin's teammate, I couldn't sit idly by. I decided to take a stand. In my own way, I made J.C. Sheldon understand that anyone who hurts Caitlin would face consequences. This wasn't just a foul, it was a warning to everyone. Although I was ejected from the game, I earned the respect of the fans. People thought I did what others were afraid to do, standing up for Caitlin, even at the cost of myself. This makes me furious. The WNBA's rules and biases clearly enable this violent behavior, ignoring players' dignity and safety. The atmosphere of that game grew increasingly tense until I couldn't stand by anymore.
Because Sophie wasn't just any teammate. She wasn't a role player tossed into the fire. She's Clark's enforcer, a black belt in Taekwondo with a no-nonsense mindset and a history of backing down from no one. She made it clear, if the league won't defend Clark, she will. And for that, she got booted. Let that sink in.
When you are good at basketball, you're pretty, and you got grit, those 3 things make you bad to the bone. And I think this is one of it's new trends that's going on in the WNBA, in my personal opinion, is that not only will you be good at basketball, but you also, some of these women don't look like women, right? They used to look like dudes, but now they look like beautiful women that are playing basketball. And one thing I like about Sophie is that she's tough.
This isn't an isolated incident. It's part of a disturbing trend that fans have been screaming about for months. Game after game, Clark has endured elbows, blindsides, eye pokes, and cheap shots. You've seen the Marina Mabrey body check. You've seen the jawing, the pushing, the smirks when she hits the floor. And every single time, the refs look away. The league stays silent.
All right, you guys, we need to talk. I just finished the Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sun game. That was a wild one. That was so unexpected. Everything got spicy. Everything got negative.
Meanwhile, the very player who tripled viewership, sold out arenas, made national headlines, and put the WNBA on primetime television is left to fend for herself. Let's not kid ourselves. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rookie. She's the engine of the entire league. Her jersey isn't just the most sold in the WNBA, it's #1 in all of professional sports.
As you guys can see here, J.C. Sheldon is guarding Caitlin Clark. She swipes her in the eyeball. Caitlin Clark nudges her off because J.C. stays in her face. And then Tina Charles runs over and is kind of wagging her finger in Caitlin Clark's face. And then Marina Mabrey comes out of nowhere and chucks her to the floor. Now let's watch this in slow motion. Here, JC Sheldon is guarding Caitlin, swipes her in the face. There's one. Going for the ball, swipes her in the eyeball. Caitlin's gonna have to start wearing goggles. And then Caitlin pushes her off of her, like, why are you still in my face? Marina Mabrey, bat out of hell, chucks Caitlin Clark to the ground.
When she plays, the ratings soar. When she sits, they tank, and I mean crash hard. Her absence from one game caused a 55% drop in viewership. That's not a stat. That's a siren. She's not just part of the league, she is the league right now. So when her teammate gets punished for stepping up to defend her, it's not just a questionable call. It's a threat. It's a signal that even Clark's allies aren't safe, and fans felt that sting instantly. Within hours, social media erupted. Hashtag Protect Caitlin Clark was trending.
Caitlin Clark in this particular game kept complaining that she was like scratching her arm and complained to the officials about it. And honestly, the entire game, they were jawing at each other, they were chirping at each other. Marina Mabrey always on the side, coming to her teammates' defense, because we all know Marina Mabrey. But really, the boiling point was Sophie Cunningham's hard foul on JC Sheldon, and I truly think that this was a message that she was sending to the leagues, to the officiating, just like to everybody, because it is, if you are watching any of these games, you are seeing that there is a disparity in the way that it's being officiated, and the Indiana Fever are held to a standard that no other team is held.
Commentators from every corner of the sports world were outraged. Even NBA players weighed in, asking what in the world the WNBA is doing. Because when you send a message that your star player, your biggest asset, is on her own, you don't just risk controversy. You risk collapse. And now the stakes are rising. Fast.
Now after this, you guys, of course, the referees are going to review the play, because that's a lot of contact going on right there. That's a lot of unnecessary contact. That's a lot of non-basketball contact happening during this play, right? So the three referees that I like to say, they got them straight out of Sephora, because I don't think these referees have ever refereed a professional basketball game in their life. They took these referees, they were at the monitor, they looked at it for, I'm not even exaggerating, you guys, like 15 minutes. 15 minutes they are watching this play over and over.
Rumors are swirling, serious ones, that European teams and private investors are eyeing Clark. That mega money offers could pull her overseas, away from this toxic storm. Some fans are even encouraging it. One viral post read, "Let the WNBA collapse without you." And you know what? That fear is real. Because this isn't just about Clark anymore. It's about how the WNBA treats the very players who save it.
This is what happens, right? This is what happens. You've got competitive women who are the best in the world at what they do, right? And when you allow them to play physical and you allow these things to happen, they're going to compete. And they're going to have their teammates' backs. It's exactly what you expect, right? Out of fierce competition.
When Larry Bird and Michael Jordan trash-talked their way through the NBA, they were celebrated. But when Caitlin Clark shows confidence or claps back, she's labeled arrogant, entitled, disrespectful. The double standards are off the charts, and fans see it clearly. What makes this situation even more explosive is how avoidable it was. If you're passionate about real basketball talk, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, leave a comment, and share with fellow fans, because your support keeps the game alive.